Well bowled.
It's gone away for 4. The edges fly here too. And that's the challenge with bowling second. Hard to defend. First ball.
File that under the challenges of bowling on a fast pitch. You bowl of absolute beauty, and before anyone can blink, it's gone to the boundary. Could have gone.
Lahore 22 without loss. Oh, that is huge. 6 runs, first 6 of the innings, and it comes off the back of Fakhar Zaman.
And another donation, 20,000 rupees. Go loot low. Stand and deliver. Rahat Ali's bowled a beautiful over first up. Changed ends. Fakhar Zaman's having none of it. Lovely strike.
To show this, and Zaman has just opened up on that first delivery. He goes again, and this time it's even bigger into the crowd. Back-to-back sixes, and Lahore up to 34 without loss. Tournament sixes heading towards 300.
That HBL 6 counter flying along, and this one was even bigger. This is massive. Pace on the ball, and with a man who's opening himself up to play this sort of shot, that's exactly the ball you're looking for.
.81 meters. Highest score is 33 against Islamabad United. Is this the night for Fakhar Zaman? Already seen Ben Dunk. There's still Lynn to come.
There's a calmness about what he's doing at the moment. Fakhar goes bang down the ground, and that's very nearly killed the cameraman.
Good shot, he hit it straight enough. There was a man down there protecting. It's a little bit wider than that, so it has hit the camera. Well, thankfully that was in, he actually looks into that, so it's hit the end of the viewfinder.
Wrong from Yasir Shah. Didn't turn, didn't grip. Fakhar just smoked it down the ground.
Lynn needs to do something special fairly quickly so that required run rate doesn't get up over 12 too soon. I want to try and keep that down. We're in control, and that's what he can do. See, Lynn, the first time he has a crack, it is dispatched.
That is just brute strength, murderous strength from Lynn. If you don't have the bat speed, if you don't have the strength through the legs and through the ground of somebody like Lynn, this is hitting the top half of the bat and going nowhere. He has got through that so quickly. Absolutely destroyed it over mid-wicket. My word.
Yeah, he's a brute. And he just loves this form of the game. He's a specialist. Just rolls with it. This be one. That's not a bad result, getting him up to the other end.
Oh, not half. I'll tell you one thing, though, Slats, on the Calanders and the games that they've won chasing here. 2 games, one against the Gladiators and one against the Kings the other night. At the halfway point, they looked as though they were way short. But they are the biggest hitting side.
A share of it. There he goes, hard, low, flat. He's turning it on now, 15 from 10. How quickly it can change.
Lewis Gregory under the pump. He's been on a drip for the last 2 days. The last thing you want is to be running in and bowling the white ball at Lynn. Goes for the Yorker, misses it, and then gets whiplash as he watches it disappear back over his head.
Yeah, no risk when you've got the vertical.
It's like a road.
There it is again. The arrow down the ground. Lynn, 23 from 12. Do not leave your seats.
You've still got Dunk to come. Got Pease to come.
Are they fast catching up? Qalandars win this and move forward. They'd be what? Number 3 in the list, in the standings list, if they win today. White ball is played away quite nicely. There's a lot of craft involved on that occasion.
Well, craft from the bowler. Not sure there was too much craft from Lynn. I think he was trying to hit it through those men on the offside, not over the top. Well bowled. And no control over that whatsoever. Entertaining cricket.
Fakhar, what is the thing? Every ball is out of the crease without calling. And so, I mean, it can be so difficult for the non-striker really to know whether he's looking for a single or not, whether they call for a run or not.
Look at his stance here. Here he's setting up. He's want to baseball this out of the ground. He's got in mind every ball's now going to go to 6. He's starting to think, this is my over.
There he goes. That's up in the air. Is it safe? Is it 6? It is. Over the rope. May not have middled it, but the result was fantastic, exciting. 100 partnership, sorry, 50 partnership was raised. 100 on the board as well. We've got an eco-friendly truck.
Well, it doesn't matter how you get them, but the intention, you cannot fault. Cross seamer. He's setting up as though he wants to baseball it out of the ground. That's probably not the ball you want to bowl. If I see a batsman setting up like this, I'm probably bowling full and wide, something out of his hitting zone. Anything but that length. Good striking.
The pace is good in this partnership. 50 of 31. The required is still over 10, by the way, so it's not that straightforward. They need a couple of blows here, a couple of wickets to make it a bit tough for Qalandars. Once again, wrong length. 50 comes up for Fakhar, his first 50 of this year's HBL PSL. We had to wait for a very long time to see him run into good form, and well, he's provided us with a lot of fun. Good effort, 50 of 34.
The side like him as well. They like what he brings, and they like his role at the top of the order. And he's been threatening to put on the score. He's played some wonderful shots throughout the tournament, but never quite gone on. And he's doing that tonight. Again, that ball in that hitting zone. Skipper needs to get to him and say, let's get away from that ball. That's target reduction though, Ramiz. That never works.
With and gone. Once again, Fakhar has been fed with some easy stuff. What he's doing is just opening the front leg and looking to be or bank on the back foot and hit it across towards the leg side or cut it.
Yeah, you're spot on, Ramiz. Once again, if you imagine a person set in that stance, where do you want it as a batsman? You want it in that hitting.
Play leg spin. Is he any good against leg spin or spin? Is pretty decent. We got the answer straight away. Sorry, mate, for asking it.
Well, another one to the HBL 6 counter. 295 now. Well, I think that shows if you drag it down against Chris Lynn, you're going to go the distance whether you're a spinner or not.
Lahore fans in full flow, backing Qalandars. This is Chris Lynn's highest score in HBL PSL. This time goes a little wide and still gets worked for 4. Massive shot, really was well timed. Hitting a cover drive to a wide ball is pretty special.
I think the challenge now this evening is the ball's not really turning. So regardless of what he's like against spin, he can almost play this as a medium pacer. The ball's not necessarily turning.
We've just been told that his strike rate against spin is much better than pace. Dirk Nannis, translate that for all of you.
Well, he said his son's going well. He's enjoying the PSL. Feels they're coming out well. And they're in a good position for this game.
Yeah, the placement is outstanding. Glorious placement. All too easy for Chris Lynn and co. On 49 now, just 26. Hassan Ali has gone nowhere with his various stints because he's been up and down, too irregular.
I don't mind what he's trying to do, get out of the hitting zone, but look at the way Chris Lynn there steps across to off. So that ball wasn't far enough away from him. It just shows what a challenge it is, bowling on such...
Welcome back to Gaddafi Stadium, and Lahore Qalandars are well set in this final 5 overs, and as you can see, the run rate has been the best for the Qalandars in the last 5, 11.56. Lahore needing 53 from the last 30 balls. 135 for 1. It's Chris Lyn and Fakhar Zaman currently at it, and they're doing it in some style. Who needs Ben Dunk when Chris Lyn is striking it the way he does?
Absolutely savage.
And Lynn has come out firing. Crunch that away. 4 runs, back-to-back 4s for Lahore. And Carlos... Zalmi scored 106 in the last 10 overs, which you'll remember in the last 5 just how well Lahore did to pull it back. They picked up 4 wickets in those last 5 overs for the addition of just 48 runs. So just absolutely manic. It's a packed house here at Lahore, and the crowd cannot wait. Couple more overs. Will the home team do it? It's high in the air. There's a fielder running towards it under the lights. What a catch! Yasir Shah is pulled off a stunner, hasn't he?
Well, that's brilliant. He kept them down to 1. He made sure that Chris Lynn was on strike that delivery with a brilliant diving stop down at long off. And then the very next delivery, he sprints in off the boundary, gets himself just inside the 30-yard circle. And I reckon we might have even got a dive for the cameras in there as well. This went miles up in the air. But just watch Yasir Shah at the bottom of your screen, sprinting in. Oh, he dives. He just makes it inside the 30-yard circle. Magnificent.
Pulls off